What is tea, you guys? It's your girl Naja Latrice, and I am back with another video. Yes, y'all, I'm wearing the same outfit as the other video, okay? We're gonna want to bust both of these out at the same time. Excuse me. What the fuck? Anyway, so yes, welcome back to my channel. As you could tell by the title of the video, honey, we are gonna get into the tea, honey, about credit, okay? I'm about to expose the hell out of myself because I want y'all to learn from my mistakes. Like, I want y'all to learn from my mistakes because having fucked up credit is not fun. It's not fun. It's irritating when you can't get approved for shit. Like, it's so much that goes into it. And since we were talking about apartments and getting approved and all of that, honey, let's talk about credit, okay? So before we get into the video, make sure that y'all go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Turn on your post notifications so that you are updated whenever I upload. I'm trying to keep them coming, y'all. I'm trying to keep them coming. Okay, trying to drop these gems. Sorry, this hair is like everywhere. It's like in my mouth, on my lashes. It's fucking insane. So, without further ado, let's get into the video. So, just like the other video, if you haven't seen it, I went into like I went more in depth about leasing from or just a regular apartment complex and then leasing, renting from for rent by owner property. So I will put that up here and the link will be down in the description box so that you all can go check that video out. So I do have my notebook here with just some notes that I took. So I won't make this a super long video because I can talk a lot and I don't want to get sidetracked. So here we are. So first things first, let's get into my credit story, okay? Whew. So, for me, I am actually really blessed to have a parent in my life that understands credit. She made her credit mistakes, and so she always wanted to set me up on the right path. Now, I did not have a mom like some of y'all, honey, that was putting cell phone bills in my name and light bills and fucking up my credit before I can even say mama dada, you know. But what she did do is she did add me as an authorized user on the credit cards that she had. My mom is really good with her credit, so my credit was great. By the time I turned 18, my credit was beautiful, honey, okay? It was beautiful, and I ain't even do nothing. I ain't filling no credit card applications. I ain't have no. My mom had all the cards with my name on it just stashed in her drawer, and all it was doing is just accumulating wealth for my credit. Like, it was amazing. So when I was 18 years old, this is when the fuckery starts, honey. So when I was 18 and it was time for me to come back to school. Was I 18? Was I 18? No, I was 18 because I was 17 when I got to college. So yes, I was 18. So I had went home for a couple months for whatever break it was, and I needed tires really, really bad, right? Really, really bad. And I was working, but baby, I wasn't making that much, honey. I need lip gloss. This real ratchet. Sorry, y'all. So I wasn't making bukus of bands, honey. I was working at Wendy's, $7.25 an hour, you know. So I needed tires. At this point, there was a lot of finances going each way, whatever. So my mom was like, okay, how about you go to Sears, apply for a card. You should get approved because your credit is good. And then you could just get tires from Sears little vehicle, whatever it is, their auto center or whatever. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I went to Sears and I applied for a credit card. I got approved for a $1,000 credit limit, right? And so I'm like, boom, perfect. This is great. I'm going to get new tires so I can hit the road. Because as for y'all who don't know, I'm from Atlanta. I went to school in Daytona Beach, Florida. So yeah, it was a drive, honey. So I went ahead and got my tires. Now, the worst mistake. Those tires, I literally maxed out my car that day. My tires were $1,000 and my credit limit was $1,000. Now, granted, you know, they had the whole interest shit, promotion going on where I think it was like 0% interest rate for the first 12 months or something of that nature. So what we did was, me and my mom, we the bill a month was $50. No, was it $50? I believe it was $50. Let's just say it was $50, right? No, I think it was more than that. It was $50. I believe it was $50. So what we did was I paid $50 a month and my mom paid $50 a month. So even though the bill was $50 a month, we ended up giving them $100 a month, and that really helped my credit, right? So then fast forward, I wanted an iPhone. I was tired of having an Android. My mom was telling me it was not time for my upgrade for a whole nother year. I wasn't trying to hear that. So what did I do? I went to Sprint, opened up my own line, got the iPhone that I wanted, and yeah, I kept it moving. I sent her the money to pay off the device that I already had, and we kept it moving. So right now I have Sears on my account, and I have basically Sprint. Well, not really on my account, but of course they run your credit in order to approve you for cell phone line. So then it was basically like a time where I was going back to school, and my MacBook was giving me problems. Like, it was giving me so many problems, and I needed so many different things for school. Like, MacBook doesn't come with like the Microsoft Word and all of that, and this is before Google Docs was like a big thing. Like, I think this is around the time when Google Docs was introduced to me, but again, it was just a lot. So what did I do? I was trying to see if I can get approved for a credit card at Best Buy so that I can get a new MacBook, right? No, I got approved for, I think it was $1,000. However, MacBooks are like $1,500, like, so yeah, it wasn't a thing. And then their other laptops I really didn't like, so I was like, forget it. So I just bought I bought like a Beats Pill speaker. I had got, what did I get? Oh, I had bought my girlfriend at the time a PlayStation for her birthday. I had bought the little Microsoft Office thing that you need for a MacBook so I could be able to type my papers and stuff. And basically, long story short, before I knew it, I had already like spent $900 off of Best Buy. It's so easy to spend $1,000 at Best Buy. Obviously, it's an electronics store, so the fuck. All right, boom. So at this point, I'm like, okay, I got this credit, but I knew that I had to pay it. Like, okay, they're asking for $25 a month. The least I can do is give them $25 a month, honey. You know what I'm saying? Or however much they were asking for. So let's fast forward. At this time, I was banking with Bank of America. This is when I start running into just like financial issues, you know, like it was just a lot that was going on. And so I ended up taking out a credit card with Bank of America, which it was only for $500. Right? And it was just supposed to be like emergency money, emergency funds, which it was. I didn't just blow it. Like, it was literally for emergencies. But at this point, I was having a lot of emergencies, you guys, because financially it was just so much going on. Like, it was so much going on. I had just moved to Orlando, and that's a whole nother story for a whole nother. Just know it was a lot. It was a lot. So it was a lot of frequent emergencies that I needed this particular card, even if it was like for gas or whatever the case may have you. Long story short, I ended up maxing that card out as well. So let's fast forward. I hit a point in my life where I was so deep in a hole with like these credit cards and my other bills had multiplied. My income I was making enough to pay my bills, but literally it was enough to pay my bills. It wasn't enough to make sure that I was actually surviving. And so it became an issue, right? So I stopped paying it. I stopped paying my Sears account. I stopped paying my Best Buy account. I stopped paying my my Bank of America account. Well, I didn't really stop paying the Bank of America. Bank of America had me fucked up is what really happened. And they messed up my account. They allowed somebody to come in and take all my money out of my account. And then when I filed the dispute, they tried to say that it was me, but it was in a whole nother state. I said, what? So with it being said, like, yeah, they never got their money. I stopped paying them because y'all gonna stop playing with me. Y'all need to go find out who claimed my account clean. Like, are you dumb? Are you crazy? Anyway, so that's how that went. So yeah, at this point, like, I was scared because my mom was always big on me when it come to credit. And at this point in my life, my mom had like, she technically had the passwords to like my credit card and stuff, so she could see if I was making payments and all of that. Of course, I was lying, honey. I was telling her I was paying it, honey, and I wasn't paying it because, you know, me and my mom, especially at this point in time, we was at that point where it was like, oh, you think you're grown? And I'm like, I know I'm grown and I know I got it. So I didn't want to go to her for anything. So I was just like, yeah, I paid it. Yep, great. Yep, it's fine. So I always check my Credit Karma, and then like I seen that like they closed my Sears account, they closed my Best Buy. Oh wait, pause before I even continue. My Sears account, y'all. So I remember I told y'all I was paying $50. My mama was paying $50, right? Had paid the whole card off, y'all. Like paid it off, $0. Why the freak? My mom had came to Florida. Her and her, like one of her best friends, it's like an aunt to me, had came here for my mom's birthday. On my way for dropping my, she's like my aunt, dropping her off at the airport. I'm on my way back home. Whole tire pops, right? Pop. So I had to call. At this point, I had to call my girlfriend at the time. She had to come put a spare on my tire on my car. And then I'm like, dang, I ain't got no money. I can't buy no tire right now. I didn't know nothing about these little side tire places where you can go pay $60 for a tire. Like, because my mom is just bougie. She is bougie. Like, she want like top tier this and da 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 da. So she didn't really teach me how to be a broke college student. She taught me how to be a salary collecting woman, and that's not what my pockets was able to afford at the time. So, you know, I call her naturally, mommy, my tire just popped. She told me to go back to Sears, whatever, to get a new tire. I get to Sears, and they're like, okay, well, your other tires are so bad, we can't let you leave with these other tires. Like, the tread is horrible, da 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 da. Y'all, they taught me into buying 4 brand new tires, bro. Like, literally maxed the car back out after we had just, literally, I had got the car down to $100. I kid you not, y'all. Talking about piss. Then they had some promotion, and it wasn't even a real fucking promotion. It was just bullshit. It was like buy 2 tires, get 2 for free. Yeah, how I buy 2 and get 2 for free, and it still came up to $950. Like, doesn't make sense to you? Because how it don't make sense to me. Anyway, got the tires or whatever. At this point, my mom was like, well, you're on your own. You're going to be paying your own credit card bill. Sorry. So I stopped paying it. So as I'm watching my Credit Karma, they closed the Sears account. They closed the Best Buy account, right? Then all of a sudden it falls off my credit. Like, I didn't see it at all. My credit went up. I was like, ooh, because it was considered a charge off, right? So at this point, I'm like, okay, boom, good. We in there. Like, I ain't never even got to explain this to my mama. She'll never know. Credit look good. Boom. You know what I'm saying? I'll fix it later, right? So let's fast forward to 2017. January of 2017. I was driving a 2010 Chevy Impala that I got when I turned, when I was 16. I love that car to death. Literally the day that the last payment, the day after the last payment was made on my vehicle, which means it was completely paid off. Y'all, the whole engine went out in the fucking car, bro. Whole engine went out in the fucking car, right? So I'm on my way to work. I'm like, you know, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what's sick? So I'm thinking like maybe something popped. Maybe I got to replace something, whatever. Y'all, we get the car towed to Chevy. They call me. They're like, hey, yeah, there's a lot going on under this hood. It's going to be about $9,000 to get it fixed. $9,000? Who had $9,000 on it? I was 21? Was I 21? I was 21. I wasn't even 21 for a whole year yet, honey. Like a whole 6 months. It was just too much. I was like, $9,000. What did you say about? So, of course, like I'm panicking because I've never been without a car. Shit. As soon as I turned 16, that very next day, honey, I went to the DMV, got my license, and I've always had a car. I ain't never had to depend on shit. Like, what are you saying? I need a car. Fuck what you're saying. Like, I'm in Orlando. I don't have family in Orlando. Like, what? No. So I had to go buy a new car, right? That's how my mama found out about my credit. Because, baby, when I say my credit was horrible, it was horrible. Like, it was shit. Fucked. There's no turning back. Like, girl, wasn't no pass and go, wasn't no none of that. The shit was horrible, okay? And so I had to like deal with that, but I needed a car. So, you know, my mom loves me, so she ended up co-signing with me with the car that I actually have now. I bought a brand new 2017 Honda Accord EX. I'm the first one to drive it, 0 miles, everything. It was a $30,000 car. But because my mom's credit was perfect and mine was, well, I'm not gonna say mine was horrible, but it was horrible because, again, I was still an authorized user on hers. So it wasn't really that bad where I couldn't get approved, but I wasn't going to be able to, like, if I did it by myself, I would have had to get like a used car or whatever because Denasia is this bougie boo. I wanted a brand new car, shit. And then on top of that, my mom had just bought my sister a brand new 2017 Honda Civic for Christmas. I ain't gonna have my baby sister out here motherfucking in a better car than me. That's not my thought process, but it was, you know. So I was like, nah, you know. So they were trying to put me in the Civic just like my sisters, and I was like, nah, sis, because that was like a $20,000 car. I wanted an Accord, fully loaded, honey, double screens, extra cameras and shit. $30,000. End up getting approved for the car. Boom. But when I say my fucking insurance rate on my car, y'all want to know how much I pay a month for my car notes? Are y'all ready for this? $650. Yeah. $650 fucking dollars. And out of that $650 a month, I swear, I think only like 150, 200 goes towards the actual principal. The rest of it is goddamn interest because the credit was fucked up. Like, what? So from that moment on, I said, you know what? This is nothing but God, because I'm going to be real. With the shit that was going on with my credit, there's no reason that I should have got approved for that car. No reason. Even as my mom is a co-signer, there's no money down, no none of that. There's no reason. I have like extra warranty. I got gap insurance. I got everything. So like when I say shit was expensive, honey, it's expensive. And I was just like, this is insane. So I was like, you know what? I think this is God telling me that I need to start making things right with my credit. And from that moment on, I started really like, I'm going to rehabilitate my credit because my biggest dream is to purchase a house. Not only that, y'all, if you don't know me, like, I'm very future focused. I'm very like, I think about 10 years from now rather than just tomorrow, you know? And so I'm like, dang, like, you know, I'm gonna be married, I'm gonna have kids. Well, how the fuck you can't survive without credit cards. Like, I'm sorry, you really can't. Like, this whole cash, everything, no. Because guess what? When it's time for me to buy a house, they don't give a damn about how much cash I have. They don't care about none of that. They want to see, like, can you manage money? Can you pay your bills on time? So your credit score is the only thing that they have really outside of like your bank statements to see if you're worthy or not. And so I'm like, yeah, I got to get back right. Y'all, I got to get back right. So I was like, I'm not opening up no more cards. I'm not opening up anything. Like, I'm just going to get it together, right? So I have been on a journey. Again, this was 2017. We're now in 2020. My credit was like in the fives, like low fives. At that time. So now we're going to get into like fixing, well, what I did to fix my credit, because honey, my credit look good now, honey. Like, my credit look beautiful. Okay, so first things first, make sure that whatever bills that are on your credit, you are giving them more than what they are asking for. If they're asking for 25, baby, give them 30. If they're asking for 30, if you can give them 50, give them 50, because anything extra is going directly to your principal. It's not going to your interest. It's not doing any of that. It's going directly to the principal, which is in turn going to help you pay it off faster, which is great. You don't want, like, have revolving credit from one credit card for 10 years. Like, that's just not how that works. It shouldn't take you 10 years to pay off $5,000. Like, what is you saying? So make sure that you, sorry y'all, my camera shut off, excuse me. So yes, make sure you're giving them more than what they're asking. Oh, excuse me. Make sure you're giving them more than what they're asking for. Authorized user. If you have somebody in your life who has good credit, who is financially responsible when it comes to credit, try to see if they can add you as an authorized user. Now, with that, like, if I were you, don't ask for, because they'll send you a card in the mail once they add you and all of that. Like, don't just store the card, have them keep the card, like how I do with my mom. I'm still an authorized user on some of my mom's accounts. I don't have access to the card, so I'm not spending the money. It's just literally she's doing all the hard work and I'm benefiting from it. So again, it only works if you are doing it with somebody who is financially responsible, who knows about credit, who takes care of their credit, all of that good stuff. Because if they start fucking up their credit, sorry y'all, I'm having like some technical issues right now, technical difficulties. All right, so yes, authorized user. Again, I cannot stress it enough. Make sure that they are financially responsible. they are financially literate so that they won't mess you up. Now, there are ways around it. You can always remove yourself, but sometimes it does more harm than it does good when you're removing yourself as an authorized user. So just be very, very careful with that. Now, as far as some things that I have in place that has helped me build my credit. Number one is like I use a it's called, obviously I can't fucking talk. So the first thing is, it's called Self, which is I think it's a self credit building app, right? So basically what they do is, it's an app that you download, and I'll try to put it on the screen if I remember. If I don't, y'all remind me in the comments. I'm so sorry. But it is an app. You download it, you pull out your information. Basically what you do is, after you sign up, I think everybody gets approved. I don't think there's a way you can get denied. I'm not really sure, but I just know approval process was extremely easy for me. And so basically what they do is, they take out a loan, and I think it's like $500 something, if I'm not mistaken. However, they don't give you the money. So it literally just, they take out this loan and they put it into this account, but they report it to the credit bureau. Excuse me. And you have to make monthly on-time payments. And so even though no, you don't have access to that money, it is reporting it to the credit bureau so that you are building credit. Now, I won't say it necessarily fixes your credit, but if you're somebody that's looking to build your credit, then that is something that is really great, because you can't be irresponsible with it. Like, you have to pay it. I think it's like $25 a month. Like I said, try to give them 50, or just give them more than the bare minimum, so that it can help you, it can help your credit. And so after you finish paying off that amount, then they send you the check for the $500 something that you could spend as whatever, because you pretty much earned it. So it's pretty much like a savings account, and they just hold the money for you, but it's also helping your credit as well. Okay. The second thing that I use is Experian Boost, which I'm pretty sure you've heard about it. So it's pretty much like Experian is one of the major credit bureaus that they report to, as far as, you know, your accounts and all of that good stuff. And so they do have an app, and what they can do is, like, they can look through your banking information. You do have to link everything on there with your bank account stuff. They do have access to it, and they'll identify things that don't necessarily help your credit, like as far as renting an apartment, right? Basically, like, when it comes to renting, that does not show up on your credit. Now, you can choose, some rental properties gives you the option, hey, do you want to include this on your rent, on your credit? Do you want to whatever? But if you don't, you can use Experian Boost for like your rent, utilities if it's not showing up, cell phone bill, and it'll go through and it'll automatically add those to your credit so that you're getting rewarded for it. It's nothing like paying something on time every time and then it's not even helping your credit at all. It's like it never even happened. So that is something that's really good. Definitely look into that. And then also, basically, like, I don't want to say loans. I don't know if that's what they're called, but they pretty much are. It's like credit, like lines of credit. So, for example, when it was time for me to go, when I had first moved into this apartment I'm in now, I needed to buy a brand new mattress, right? I need a good mattress because I'm old, y'all. My bones be hurting. So, I wanted a good mattress. However, I did not want to sit here and just fork out a lot of money for it. So I met this guy that is like a wholesaler for like mattresses and stuff like that. He has his own warehouse and all of that, and he uses this thing called, I think it's called Snapshot. I've seen a lot of other people use it that sell things. Like, I know, if you ever heard of King Mattress, he's like this really big dude from Florida that like customizes a whole bunch of furniture. He has it too. So it's like a financing program. You're pretty much, everybody is like approved, I believe. Like, I think it's really hard to get denied as long as you have like an active bank account and you get paid regularly. Then I think you can get approved. I'm not sure. Don't nail me to a cross, honey, but I think that's how it works. So I went to go get a mattress. I think my mattress was like $1,300 if I'm not mistaken. And so I got approved for it, and they did have like some type of little deal with like free interest for the first 90 days or some craziness like that. But I pay, and it takes it out of my account every 2 weeks. I think it's like $62 every 2 weeks. I pay them a little bit extra if I can, and that's just what that is. So that has been helping my credit a lot. It's basically almost paid off at this point. I think I have like 1 or 2 more payments, and that's just what that is. Another good one that I have used is called Possible Finance. Now, I found this when I was in a bind, and I needed access to money like almost immediately, right? So it's this app, I think it's called Possible. You put all your information in, they give you a 200, it's like a it's like a installment loan, basically, is what it is. So they give you $200. I got $200. That's what I asked for, $200. And then you just pay it every month, and they report it to the credit bureau. So as long as you're staying on top of your credit, then you are good to go. When it comes to credit cards are always good to have. However, how I like to look at it, get credit cards that you are not necessarily going to use, right? That it's not really going to be that big of a deal, right? So if let's say like Victoria's Secret has a line of credit that you can open. You know, you don't really shop at Victoria's Secret, so let's say that you go and once a month you make it your duty to go buy like 5 pair of underwear. If you have like 5 for 20, is that how it works? I don't really know how much it is because I don't go to Victoria's Secret, but like that's just an example of like something that you're not going to use often that you could pay off by the end of the month. So if you get like a regular credit card, like a regular Visa, then what you want to do is whatever you charge, make sure you pay it off before the bill is due, right? And you sometimes split it in half so that it kind of helps boost up your credit, right? So that, for the most part, like that's pretty much it. Like that's how I really been like fixing my credit when it comes to like the collections and stuff that I have, because I have a lot of hospital bills, like I'm sickly as hell. I have like the charge off accounts and stuff like that. What I have been doing is disputing my collections, and it has been working, you guys. Like it really has been working. If y'all want a video on disputing things off of your credit the correct way, legitimately, then like this video, comment down below, and I can definitely look into recording that. Because it's not hard, but you do have to be dedicated. You have to sit there, you have to make sure that you do what you need to do, right? But other than that, that's really all I have. Just make sure that y'all are financially responsible. You're utilizing whatever lines of credit that you have responsibly. Make sure you're not overdoing it, because you will have to pay for it. Thank God that I was young when I messed up mine, so now like I want to buy a house next year and all of this other stuff. Like now I'm where I need to be, opposed to if I would have just kept putting it off, like, y'all, what? I wouldn't be buying a house till I'm 40. Like, no, it's not a thing. So definitely hop on board with that. Make sure that, again, I am not a professional. I didn't go to school for this. This is just my own personal things that I have been through, that I've learned. So it works for me. It may not work for you. So definitely seek like some type of financial guidance. There are people who are like credit repair agents and things like that. They could probably give you a little bit more insight. But that's all I have for this video, guys. I'm sorry if the end got a little rushed. I have somewhere to be, and my freaking camera keeps stop recording because of whatever reason. So we don't want that to happen again. So I will catch y'all in my next video. Bye.